Okay, hi everybody. First, sorry if the audio quality is kind of bad because my other digital camera isn't really working. So, St. Augustine on the guitar. I love the song, it's really nice. I wanted to learn how to play it, and the only problem is that all of the guitar tabs are wrong online. So if you did what I did and tried to search for it, none of them are right. So I had to do it the old-fashioned way, figured it out by ear, and I'm going to just do this because I don't know how to do tabs, never done tabs, figured out you can just turn on the video camera and show you. It's easier that way. I'll put things in the description too that have to do with this if it helps out. So let's get started. First thing, guitar needs to be tuned down half a step across the board. Half a step down, very key. Okay, the next thing, the chords that you will need are all the same. This is how they are. I'm going to move up a little bit so we can see, so we're going to focus on this hand. I realize that since it's drop tuned, these aren't the actual names of the chords, but the first is C, so it's like a C formation, right? Normal C that you would normally do. The next one is A minor formation, normal what you would do. The next one is an F, but it's not the barred F like this. Instead it's an F. You know how you can like do an F like this where it's like half an F? It's like that. And you're going to thumb the E string. So for this F, it is thumb on the E string. Ignore the A. Ring finger goes on the 3rd fret of the D. Middle finger, 2nd fret of the G. Pointing finger, 1st fret of the B. Yeah, like that. That's your F. For the G, it's very, very simplified. It's just the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. And then you're going to have the pointing finger, actually, for this G. I don't know what this is called, so if you music guys out there, go ahead and tell me. I have no idea, because I don't know how to read music or anything. I don't know. The pointing finger goes on the 1st fret of the B string, and then you're going to keep the middle finger ready because there is a part on the G where you actually throw that back in there. We'll get to that in a minute. The next thing is what's going on with this hand. This hand, no picks. It's all this finger picking business. This is the pattern that you need to know. It is going to involve the way I do it. I don't know how you want to do it, but I just use the thumb and then these 3 fingers. These 4 fingers, this is the whole song. So on this, the pattern, as you do, the thumb goes on the whatever your bass note is. In this case, the song starts on the A string, so that's what I'll show you here, is that you do the thumb on the A, and then the next 3 fingers like this go on the D, the G, and the B. This motion, it's all in the wrist, so you kind of go like this, right? So you get that thumb going and you get all the others. In super slow-mo, it's kind of like, I don't know if that made it. I hope it did. So the first part of it is that you do that, and then you kind of do just with the thumb and then the ring finger on whatever your highest note is for the string sweep. So it goes like this. You want to practice that. Again, it's all in the wrist. Okay, that's important. The other thing that you're going to do with the sweep is sometimes you're going to take these 3 fingers, separate it up 1 string across the board for all of them. So the thumb is going to hit that A string, and then these 3 are going to actually sweep the G and the B and the E, but with the same pattern. And really what you end up doing on the first part is that you alternate, where you do the first one where they're all together, and then you separate these all out 1 string, and then you go back. Okay. What that sounds like when you combine it with the chord is like this. And that should start sounding like our song, right? You know things are missing. That's because the pinky comes into play here. And on the C formation here, the pinky is going to be dealing with just what's on the 3rd fret of the B string and on the E string. And what you do is the first part of that sweep, like this, see, before you get to that 2nd half, so basically right when you finish this, that's when you throw the pinky on the B string here. And then you complete the rest of what we were talking about with the pattern. So it goes right? Hey. Oops. Hey, like that. So then what you do for the verse is that it starts with that, and then you do the sweep where you keep the thumb on the the A string, and you take the three fingers, you separate them up by one string, so now you're on the G, the B, and the E. And then with the pinky up here, you're going to do the thing with the third fret on the E string. So then you end up doing this, right? Okay, perfect. The next chord is much easier. Once you got this down, really easy. You just do an A minor formation over here. The A minor, you do the exact same thing with the pinky on the third fret of the B string, and then on the third fret of the E string. You do the exact same thing with this hand, where you start with the where it's all compressed, all four strings in a row, and then the second time you separate it out by one string by moving these three fingers up, and then you get this. Sorry. So that is the really the first half of the verse progression. Nice. Okay. So now the next one is we're going to go to that F chord that I showed you before. The difference on this is that instead of doing anything with the pinky on the sweeping motion, you're going to be doing some subtraction with this finger. So the first thing is that on the sweeping pattern with this hand, right off the bat you're going to start with the separation where the thumb is going to be on the E string, you're going to ignore the A, and then the next three strings, the D, the G, the B, are going to be with these three fingers. Okay? So on the F it goes like that. But instead of adding anything with the pinky, you're going to remove the pointing finger from the first fret of the B string for the second little part of what we're going to be doing with our F chord. So it goes like this, right? And then for the next sweep motion on the F, you keep this formation exactly like this, and you just slightly modify the sweep where instead of doing all three of these fingers after the thumb, just deal with the first two. So you're going to be the thumb on the E string, and then you're going to just sweep these two, which is going to be the D string and the G string, right? So and then you finish the rest of it. So what that means is that on the F it goes like this. So that's what you do with the F. On the G, it's very similar. You get the ring finger down on the third fret of the G, and then you put the pointing finger, you keep the pointing finger exactly where it was on the first fret of the B string. Don't move it. Keep the middle finger ready to attack right back onto the second fret of the G string. So basically from the F to the new G, all you need to do is let go with the thumb, move the ring finger up, and then temporarily let go with the middle finger. And the sweeping motion is the same for the G on this one, where you have the thumb sweeps, hits the E string, and then you're going to do the D, the G, and the B on the first part of the sweep. So it's going to go like this. And then the second half is, again, where it's the modified little sweep where you just do the thumb on the E string, and then just these two fingers on the D and the G. But you still do the ring finger on the high note. And then what happens on the G is that you keep this formation where all you have now is the ring finger on the third fret of the E string and the pointing finger on the first fret of the B string. You sweep the same strings that you did on the F, and then what you do is you let go there with this. And then when you do the modified sweep, you're going to take your middle finger and put it on the second fret of the G string. So, with this hand. Okay. That's it for the progression that goes on the verse. If you put it all together, it sounds like this. No, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like this. if you have that down, you are golden, because the refrain is so similar. You know that the verse progression, as you can see, it keeps repeating and it ends on the G formation. When it goes into the refrain, and I think that's where they sing, what is it? You know, I know you tried, whatever, something like that. When it starts that part, I'm sorry, I forgot the lyrics. It's a great song, I like it a lot, I just don't remember the lyrics. When it gets to that part, the progression for the refrain is as follows, and you just do this once through. It is the F, G, C, A minor, F, G, and then it goes back to the whole verse thing. Now there's one little asterisk. I need to go back there and throw on the A minor for the refrain. It's a little bit different. This is how it's different. First, I just want to confirm with you, everything else is the same. So when you go to the refrain, you do the F, like you normally do. You do the G, like you normally do. You do the C, like you normally do. Now with the A minor, if you notice when you listen to the song, it actually sounds like it's going lower than it normally does, because you don't hear those high notes that you normally do. With the A minor, just for the refrain part, when you do the A minor, you don't do anything with the pinky. Instead, you copy what you've been doing with the other chords, the F and the G, and in the middle of the sweep, instead of adding anything with the pinky, you let go of the first fret of the B string. You drop that part. So you end up just for this part with the A minor going, which means that you do the you keep all of your sweep confined to the A and the D and the G and the B, and on the first time through you just go straight up like that, and then you let go here, and then you do the modified one where you just sweep the next two after the A, come back, hit the A, and do the open B string, and then to that F, G, and then you just go back into your verse progression. And it's just such a nice sounding song. I really like it a lot. I would be singing it for you, but I don't sing, so instead I, just want to make sure I got the guitar right. And if you can play this and sing it, that's awesome. If not, you have to do what I did and just find someone else to sing it with you when you play it. Now I hope that was useful. I don't know if you could see everything from here. I'm just going to go ahead, roll the dice, and throw it up there because I think more people should learn this song. It's really nice. And thank you very much. Good luck and goodbye.